Hey everybody, Barry at CTech-review. This is the day some of us have been waiting for. We're gonna max out the RHO today. We're pulling our Keystone Passport travel trailer. We're pretty much maxed out on GVW of the trailer, sitting right around 8,500 pound range last year when we measured it. So let's get into this. So first off, I want to show you guys what's this thing sitting like. Notice there's no squat. Well, two reasons. We're running this B&W Continuum weight distribution hitch, which I talked about in the last video, and I'm going to go in a little more depth today. I love this setup for trucks like this because it's super lightweight and adjustability is just prime. I can continue to basically have a customized weight distribution by just increasing the hydraulic pressure, which adjusts the ram into these composite leaf springs, which then pivots up the nose of the vehicle. It's just awesome. Tons of adjustability on the side. Beautiful. The next thing, we got the Timber Grove airbags locked in today, guys. I think we're sitting at about 25 PSI, which the other day when we did our dry run, we were at about 20 PSI. But we got full payload in the truck right now. I mean, this thing's maxed out. We got family of 4, dog, bikes in the back. We got firewood, trailers loaded out. And I'm just gonna kind of show you guys just kind of the weights on the trailer. GVW is 8,200 pounds. Sorry, we're probably sitting at about 8,200 pounds. Everything's sitting nice and level. So I'll be real curious today to see how we do for fuel economy. How is the squat? How's the Hurricane feel for performance? How's the engine braking? How's everything do? We got our tire pressures all set at max cold PSI. This is gonna be the biggest workout on the RHO that I've given this thing so far. So another practical use of two great products, TST 507 tire pressure. I found out my tire pressures were low. I've got a set where my cold pressure is supposed to be 65 PSI. This is a big deal, especially in warm weather. We got 95-degree weather coming soon. And if you don't have your cold pressure, cold max PSI set, you're setting yourself up for a tire blowout. And so I brought out my RHO just because it's easy and convenient, but I'm gonna tell you why this thing's awesome. Because I can set this thing, the last fit air compressor. I pulled off my TST, the little sensors that communicate in the vehicle, but check that out, 57 PSI. I just set that, boom. I already did the front one, so now I just gotta put my sensor back on. But man, I'm gonna tell you right now, two products I'm a big fan of. This TST tire pressure monitoring system, which I've ran this on other vehicles and other trailers, and that. These two together, home run. There we go. Is it warm? Not really. I haven't charged this. I've used this like 4 other tires before this, but just like that, that's one more reason I freaking love this thing. And I had this sitting right next to it, but it's kind of annoying because you got to set there the whole time. Plus this thing fills up a lot quicker. Okay, we just filled up the 3rd tire. We're gonna now do the 4th. It's at 57 PSI. You can kind of see it's only used a quarter of the battery, and this will be the 4th tire. Plus we've done our side-by-side. And the other thing I was gonna tell you guys, I've already did 8 other tires with the side-by-side, and it's still a 3/4 battery. Also, another thing, if you wanna make these little compressors work good, make sure they got good airflow around them, as well as make sure that I don't like to do 100% duty cycle. I'll wait a few minutes in between using tire to tire because these things aren't commercial grade. So just, you know, let them cool down for a little bit because they'll just last longer that way. There we go. Still see we're at 3/4 battery. Put the last tire pressure monitoring on sensor. Always make sure to tighten these things up. There's a little washer on the back. They give you the tools to tighten it up. If you don't tighten them up all the way, you will lose one going down the road. And also make sure you order the right setup if you have a rubber valve stem or a steel valve stem, because if you don't do that correctly, you'll break the valve stem and then you're in a big problem too. Okay, it's working now. I can see all the sensors are communicating and it's showing the exact same pressure as the last fit. This thing's a lifesaver going down the road. I didn't know my pressures were low until my alarm started going off. We're gonna reset our fuel economy right now. And we got 18 miles in this tank, but we're gonna reset that. It was at 11, so that we can kind of see, we'll add that into our calculation at the end. Truck is gonna be set at tow mode. There we go. We got our backup cameras ready. We've got our TST tire pressure monitoring system all set up, good to go. And also I got this cool little ditty here where I can run my dash cam up front and I can keep my backup camera on the trailer going. I'm a huge fan of the Furrion setup. This is the only backup camera I found that actually has a good enough refresh rate that when you're going down the highway, it'll actually work and not flicker out. I've tried a bunch of brands, and yes, these are expensive, but it's the only one I've found that actually works. And I'll put a link down below if you're interested in buying for your trailers. First acceleration onto the highway. Kind of got a crappy day for weather, unfortunately, but the return trip will be a lot nicer. So I'm not gonna step into the throttle too heavily. I'm probably 35 to 45% into the throttle. I don't see a point of really wide open throttle. It's just hard on everything, and I wouldn't do it with any engine, any truck. So there we go, shifted down to 5th gear. Probably gonna hit 6th here in a second. Got a little uphill climb at the moment. Truck feels okay. It's a windy day. We got some bad weather. But I don't think the stability on this thing feels much different than our 2019 Ram Cummins at this point. We're running the same hitch, but we'll have to obviously put some more miles on it. But here we are, 6th gear, 63 miles an hour. I don't know if I want to go much faster given the wind right now, and these conditions are not ideal. So we'll kind of keep it at this until things clear up a little bit. There we go. Curious to see how this thing does, hand calculated. We got a lot of wind, a lot of rain. We're pushing it pretty hard today, so. Okay, we do the 129 miles plus the original 18 in this fill up. Computer said 7.3 miles per gallon divided by 19.57 gallons. We get 7.5, hand calculated, computer 7.3. Not bad considering the conditions. All right, made it to the campsite. I think it was like 190 miles or so. I got to look at the trip, but RHO did good. Didn't notice any squirreliness or any issues. You can definitely feel this thing's a lot heavier than our other trailer. It's amazing that you add an extra foot just for some more perspective, if you guys had an idea of weight, size of the trailer. So this thing, I think, is 32, 33 feet overall. 8.5 foot wide. I think it's like 11.5, 12 foot high. This thing is pretty loaded out on the roof because we've got 2 ACs and a pretty legit solar setup on it. We got it because we got a 3,000 watt inverter built in and big lithium battery setup, but it's pretty heavy. But truck did great. Continuum hitch is awesome. I love the adjustability. Airbags worked great. No issues. But I did notice that it definitely, you can feel that extra 10 foot of length and an extra probably 3,000 pounds or so of extra weight. Truck likes to stay in like 6th gear on the highway, I noticed. Whereas on the other trailer, it's 7th gear. I can still force 7th gear. It'll hold 7th. 8th gear, forget it. You're not holding 8th gear with this with the high output Hurricane with this size of a trailer. Acceleration, no problem. Braking, suspension, everything felt stable. Honestly, I mean, if I was in my last year, my Cummins versus this, yeah, the Cummins has got more power, better engine braking, but stability wise, I didn't think there's that much difference, to be totally fair. And I think a lot of that is due to the airbags on this with the toe setting on the suspension kind of stiffening it up. But we'll do the return trip here in a few days and see how she does. But I think we hovered around 8.8 in this second fill up with fuel economy. Nothing says camping more than getting out the Blackstone and making a little concoction. And we have found this setup works pretty well with some Costco Philly cheesesteaks. See, last fill up, 30-second method here. All right, so I know I don't talk about the whole 30-second method thing very often, but here's what it is. You let the thing click off, wait 30 seconds, let the bubbling in the fuel tank go down, then do one more click. The guys at Fastlane, I'd say, really coined it. Another camp site completed. Empire Indigo Bluffs, really nice campground. Wicked hot, dude, 90 degrees, just brutal. One of the air conditioners has failed. This is why I have a trailer with 2 air conditioners, because this is the 3rd trailer we've had that has had a failed air conditioner. This is a GE fail. I've had Coleman fail, and I've had Furrion fail. I don't know what it is with these things, Be curious, you guys leave your comments down below if you've had issues with yours too. I always run on a 50 amp connection. I run a Progressive Industry surge protector. I don't get it. I don't know why, but this is our second Keystone now. We've had a air conditioner fail. Our Keystone Carbon in 2020, air conditioner failed day one, never worked. On a 39-foot fifth wheel, having one air conditioner, it can barely keep up to the outside temperatures. But anyhow, yeah, we got the weight distribution all hooked up, airbags. I mean, I don't even have the airbags all the way up actually right now, and it's still sitting pretty good. We got the back of the truck full, but we're ready to go. Okay, we're loaded up right now. We got the Timber Grove airbag sitting around 23, 24 PSI. Trailer is sitting nice and level. I noticed I was within a 1/4 inch front to rear. We got the weight distribution of B&W sitting around, I think it's about 1500 PSI. Setup is just dialed in. Very, very, very happy with that. That's been my favorite weight distribution setup. I did really like back in the day the WaySafe True, I think it was called True Hitch or something, and it was fully adjustable as well. They called it the original design. Unfortunately, that design is no longer available because that's a good one too. I kind of want to show you guys now. We're on a return trip. It's 92 degrees out right now, and I want to just kind of show you where we're at. As an example, oil pressure, 40 PSI, oil temps, 216. Coolant temps, not bad. We're 70 miles an hour on the highway right now. Our TST tire pressure monitoring shows the tires around 100 PSI. And just so you can see, we went from 65 PSI to 74. That's how much heat goes into these tires. And this is why it's important to be running at a cold max pressure when you've got trailers connected if you want to minimize your chance of a tire blowout. But truck is dialed in. Voltage, battery, everything looking good there. You can see we're at 6th gear, about 2,700 RPMs. Tire pressure is 45 in the rear, 41 in the front. Also, take a look at my Furrion backup camera. 70 miles an hour going on the road, you've got a good refresh rate. This is why I recommend that brand. Okay, so this is the Zilwaukee Bridge, which is probably the most stringent, I'd say, bridge incline in Michigan, which doesn't say a whole lot. It's pretty average, but it kind of gives us a little bit of an incline and kind of shows, you know, we're in 6th gear, just downshifted to 5th gear. Only 3,300 RPMs, nothing crazy still. Coolant temps 214, trans temp 192. So, you know, if you're obviously out west in the mountains, it's going to be more severe than this. But in Michigan, 93 degrees outside, you know, 300 pound-feet of torque, no problem, able to get up this hill in 5th gear at 3,200 RPMs. That's impressive. I don't know of a, even the Godzilla I don't think could pull this. It'd probably be more 4,000, 4,500 RPMs to get up this. But see our coolant temps, 216, still nothing intense. That's it. No problem at all for this thing. 256 miles. All right. Unfortunately, we got to drop the trailer off. One of the air conditioners quit working on the middle of this trip. It's 95 degrees out. This is a brutal time frame, of course, for an air conditioner to fail. We're going to see what our friends here at General RV are going to do, because this trailer we bought brand new from them. It's only the 4th time, sadly, we've been able to use it. We've just been so busy. And I hope it's all getting taken care of for us. But anyhow, really happy with how the B&W did. 260 miles driving today, no problem. The Timber Grove airbags seem to be working pretty good. If you notice here, we just, I don't know, got a little bit of a glare here, but airbags seem to be holding up pretty good. Very nice. It's a windy day, but generally speaking, I think it did pretty good. I'm also going to show you guys something. If you don't have enough of the Anderson leveling blocks or whatnot, dude, get yourself a, I think this was a, is this a 6x6? And I just drilled a hole through the sides, burnt the ends so that kind of made it perfectly clean hole, ran a little paracord through here. And this is a really great little block to set right underneath your jack. So if you're looking for a cheap option, highly recommend that. The thing I dig about this B&W hitch, it's literally just one piece to take off, and it's got this little nifty kind of holder right here. You kind of set it down, but look at that. That's one hand, guys. That's how lightweight this is, and that's what I like. How easy this thing is to use. It's an awesome hitch. All right, let's see. Hand calculated 196 miles, and we did 18.97 gallons. Okay, computer 10.8, hand calculated 10.35. There we go, 10,000 miles. Last fill up. Almost ran it empty, so there you go. Jeez, almost 30 gallons. Let's see what hand calculated is. 256.9 miles divided by 30.9 gallons. Okay, computer 8.6, hand calculated 8.3. Not too bad, pretty close. Okay, so we got the trailer all locked up, and we'll just see what happens with General RV on this whole situation. But we got, 260, 550 miles towing heavy with the Passport, with the RHO. Pretty happy. Stability-wise, weight distribution, I didn't see an issue. You know, this is all Midwest. We don't have anything too crazy. The Zilwaukee Bridge is about the highest we got around here. But 90+ degree towing today, no issues. No check engine lights, no issues. This thing's been rock solid. For the full trip, it said we got 8.9 miles per gallon. What'll be kind of fun, we're gonna do the last 60 miles because we dropped the trailer off. We're gonna not be towing the trailer. So it'll be interesting at highway speeds what we get in hot weather for fuel economy, not towing, just for comparison. Okay, so I thought this was pretty interesting. Check out my trans temps, coolant temps, intake temps, darn near the same, within 4 or 5 degrees of towing temps. Obviously it takes more torque to get it down the road. Oil temps within 5-10 degrees. So it's a good thing that the temps are not too much different. When you go from a maxed out trailer weight to not towing at all in 92 degree weather, it's good to see that it's not too far off in numbers. All right, what did I get for the return trip? There we go, guys, almost 15 miles per gallon. Cruising at a pretty good clip. We're getting about 8.5, doing the same thing. Here's a nice little peek of the Timber Grove Gen 2 airbag setup on the RHO. I had not dropped the pressure. That's just after I got home, and you can kind of see the side profile. It sits up a little bit, but not too bad. We will have a future video coming shortly to talk about this in the 1 year of ownership. That'll be kind of fun. So what are my thoughts now on having the 2025 Ram RHO towing maxed out with our travel trailer? I'm going to show you guys a clip where I had our Cummins, 5th gen Cummins, towing the same trailer last year so you can compare fuel economy, because I think you're going to be more happy once you see the results on this. Secondly, engine braking. Is it worse than the 3.5 high output EcoBoost? If it is, and I mentioned this in other videos, it's slightly worse. The EcoBoost has no engine braking like most of the boosted engines because they have such low friction internals. They're very high performing for fuel economy, and because of that, they also don't provide a lot of engine braking. If you want good engine braking, best in class, get a Cummins. After that, the natural aspirated V8s do really well for engine braking. Regardless of that, dude, this thing does great. 8,200 pound trailer, not gonna complain at all. And what made it work real well was the Timber Grove airbags and that B&W weight distribution hitch. If you're interested, I'll put links down below. Very happy. Stability on this thing. How does it compare to our Gen 3 Raptor towing the same setup of a trailer? I think a little bit better. I think in the tow mode, this thing just seems to be a little bit more balanced and a little stable. We had high winds, 30 to 50 mile an hour winds in some of these areas we were traveling through. Fuel economy, still continuing to impress me towing. This is great. And what's cool is, this is why I like to show different trailers and the weights towing. You guys have seen now thousands of miles of towing with our 23 by 7.5 foot wide, 5,500 pound trailer. Now we add 10 feet to that trailer. We add another 3 feet of height. We add another foot of width, and we add another extra 3,000 pounds. You're gonna lose 1-2 miles per gallon, and that's what we saw. Transmission temperatures, coolant temperatures, oil temperatures, I didn't see anything different than the trip we just did in West Virginia with the little higher trailer. So my first impressions with the RHO towing heavy maxed out, no problem at all. Air conditioning was working great the whole time, 90, 95 degrees, heavy winds, impressed. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely check out that live video we're doing here soon with the other YouTube channels. This is gonna be a lot of fun, and I hope this turns into something bigger. Leave your feedback. This is gonna be a little bit broader than trucks. We're gonna kind of cover the whole industry. Hey, thanks for watching.